Hello and welcome to this week's Glasstire Top 5. It is the week of August 8th, 2019. I'm Brandon Zech.
And I'm Christopher Blay.
And I think this is the first Top 5 you and I are doing together.
Virtual high five.
Virtual high five. Number 5 is some interesting, weird experimental theater thing happening in Fort Worth. Tell us about it.
Yes, the Hip Pocket Theater in Fort Worth. It's Far West Fort Worth. It's been going on for 43 seasons. It's a mom and pop operation started by Johnny Simons and Deanne Simons all the way back in 1978. And their daughters, Lake Simons and Lorca Simons, have collaborated on projects for the theater. The show that we're highlighting is Love Letters to a Raven, and it was created by Lorca and Lake Simons. And, you know, we don't usually do theater listings in our top 5, but it's summertime and anything goes, and it's a great Texas theater and worth the drive, Far West Fort Worth. All right, so for number 4, we have the Crit Group show at the Grayduck Gallery in Austin.
Yeah, so this exhibition, it's a yearly show that normally happens over the summer at Grayduck. It's Crit Group, which is a group of artists. It's a critique group, and it's organized by the Contemporary Austin. It's an 8-month-long program. It's facilitated by some artists, some curators. This show opened July 27th. It closes August 25th, so you still have a little bit of time. There's a lot of people we recognize: Virginia Lee Montgomery, Michael, I always mess up his name, Mohapart, Manik Raj Nakra, Matthew Steinke, Jen Wilson. You've seen some work by these people. I've seen some work by these people. They have a cross-state presence.
Number 3 is Project Row House's Summer Studios. That's the opening reception at Project Row House's. It's a group show of undergrads that the Project Row House's puts on every year.
Yeah, so this is another just kind of annual summer thing, but it's a really interesting, I feel like it's kind of one of the most under-the-radar summer traditions happening in Houston. Normally these residents have all of summer, or a majority of summer, to do kind of take over one of the Project Row House's row houses, and
right.
Then they each have their own exhibition space and their own studio space, and it opens at the end of summer and goes a little bit into September. This round is students from the University of Houston, Texas Southern University, and St. Thomas.
For number 2 on our list, we have the Conduit Gallery's Persistence, Vision, and Passion Equal Longevity. It's a group show at the Conduit Gallery. Yeah, the thing that attracts me to this show are the portraits by Whitfield Lovell. They're lithographs on vellum, and they're very intimate portraits gathered from found photographs, mug shots, photographic portraits that he creates in these really beautiful lithographs.
Yeah, so this is just a really nice summer group show, and it was organized by Dallas-based artist Robert Barsamian. It's mostly people who are based in New York. I'm not quite sure if a lot of these artists have shown with Conduit before, but it's just a really wide range of work in addition to the portraits that you were talking about there. And number 1 this week is a show called Rural Elements. It opens August 10th. It's on view through November, and it's at the Contemporary Arts Museum, Plainview. This exhibition it was curated by B.C. Gilbert, and it features a whole slew of Texas-based people that you probably know and love, or people who have tenuous ties to Texas. Andy Don Emmons, Esther Pearl Watson, Buster Graybill, George Zupp, John Robert or Jack Kraft, Maisie Alford, and Richie Bates.
I just love it because there are a lot of aliens and spacecrafts in it.
When we were talking about this show, what I said, it was a very Panhandle show, and I mean that very lovingly. Like, all of these artists, while I don't believe any or very few of them live in the Panhandle, I know Maisie Alford lives in the Panhandle, but yeah, all of them could live in the Panhandle, and their work almost regionally looks like it could be made there, because it has that folk element, but it also just has this kind of down and dirty ruggedness to it.
Right.
That is very, like, non-major city Texas.
It's the visual equivalent of the Texas drawl.
That's a really good way to put it.